let's spend some time with Coach Fisher. As we now know, the Aztecs will play in the NIT. They will host a game here in San Diego tomorrow night, and we'll find out what Coach Fisher is saying to his team. Coach, good afternoon.
Hello, gang. How we doing?
Doing really good. Yourself?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Coach, I loved one of your quotes from last night where you told the players, guys, if you're not interested in playing in the NIT, don't come to practice on Monday. We'll make up an injury so we don't embarrass you, but don't come if you're not into it. How did they respond to that?
They looked me in the eye, said nothing, and came to practice today ready to go. So, but it's important, Scott, and PR, and Linda, you know that you have enthusiasm for what you want to do. Mm-hmm. If you don't, you shouldn't do it. There are many people that would kill to be in the NIT. We were hopeful that we would be for a 7th straight year in the NCAA. We're not. So we need now to come out and play like this is the most important tournament on the planet. I've said this before. It's ours, so we need to play that way.
And I also love what Winston Shepard said, because you talk about watching a young man grow up. And when he said, and it's interesting that he knows who he is now. Hey, if I come to practice and I'm moping around and I'm upset, everybody will follow me and they'll behave that way. But if I come and I'm excited, everybody will jump on that bandwagon too. Very interesting to watch him grow up and understand what his role is on this team, Coach.
We often say with rank comes responsibility. And Winston's our leader. He wants that mantle, and he wears it proudly. And I'm with him every day, and I'm so proud of what he's become and how he's handling everything, from the good stuff to the hard stuff.
Coach, a lot of people are talking about San Diego State was one of the biggest snubs from the NCAA tournament. Analytically speaking, what do you think about how this all played out?
We had our chance to punch our ticket against Fresno. We didn't do it. So then we knew that we would have a nervous Sunday. I think what a lot of people did is they trusted in Joe Lenardi, who came out and did have us in, and then I think moved us up from the last in to the next to last in. And I think they got everyone's hopes up. So when we didn't get in, it was a double letdown. But we had opportunities. We are not the only one that could say, look at what we've done. But we're concerned about ourselves. And I said this before. I think in 17 years with this league, this is the first time that the school who's won the conference has not gone to the tournament. Now, some of the times that same school won the conference tournament, so you don't know whether they would have gone had they not. But it's the first time that the team that's won the conference has not gone, and we didn't just win it. We won it going away with a 3-game bulge at 16-2. The perception has been our conference is not very good. So that hurt us. You are a mid-lifer in one of the Power 5 conferences. If you float around at 9-9, you win a game, and your power rankings doesn't matter who you beat, it goes up. In our league, if you win a game against a lot of the schools, it goes down. So that's one of the things that apparently we were fighting this year, and we didn't make it. And apparently we were not one of the first 4 out, because they take those 4 and make them the number 1 seeds in the NIT, and we were a 2 seed in the NIT. So we wish we were there. I think we have a case for being there, but we're not there. And I could go on and on and on. And you wish that there would be some kind of legislation where you must have a winning record in your league to go to the tournament or something of that nature, but it's not there. So we know the rules we're playing by, and we're big boys, and we've gone 6 straight years and never complained about getting in. So now we can't complain too much about not being in. we have to go and say, let's take advantage of our opportunity. Let's win the NIT. Let's have a 30-game win season and be proud of what we've accomplished.
Coach, how much do you know about IPFW?
Well, I found out a lot from last night when we were heard that we were going to play them to now. They are a big-time three-point shooting team. They average almost 11 threes made a game. They rank in the top 5 three points made and three-point percentage. They're good. They will spread you out. They're going to play 4 guards most of the time.
Wow.
And try to beat us off the dribble, make us help, kick for threes. So we're going to have to be able to stay in front, guard, make sure they take tough threes, and hope that they don't make tough threes.
What about size? I mean, I'm going to just take a stab here, not knowing anything about this school. That as big and as long as San Diego State is, you guys should have a great size advantage.
They go 6'9", 6'8", 6'5" on the front line. Then they take the post player out who's 6'9", and now they're 6'8", 6'5", 6'5". I think we'll be one of, if not the best defensive team that they've seen this year. Although they played Indiana and they played a very good Valpo team. So we're gonna challenge them with our length and pressure, and hopefully that will give us an advantage. We played a Fresno State team on Saturday that hadn't been until lately a three-point shooting team, but they've been red hot from all over. They made 11 or 10 threes against us. So that we've not given up double-figure threes maybe all season. So we're going to have to guard. We're going to have to guard them and then do a good job of limiting them to one shot. But we need to guard the three.
Coach, there were some 3 balls that they hit late in the game that were just ridiculous. I mean, perfect defense, or so it seemed. They were out deep. Guys who had gone 0 for 8. They just made shots late. There's really nothing else you could say about it.
You win when you do that. And they've won 10 in a row. And they've got the coach's MVP of the league, and Marvell Harris. He made a huge one, Scott, right at the end of the half.
That's right.
From about 30 to 35 feet with
Dakari
all
Allen.
over him.
Right.
So, your point is well taken. They made some threes that were guarded, and they made them. They also, I believe, were 17 for 19 or 16 for 18 at the free throw line. So they did what they had to do to find a way to get a win.
Yeah. Well, Coach, as for tomorrow night, we've been talking about it today. People can get tickets. The season ticket holders had their chance. They all received an email. They had their chance to make a commitment. By tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., seats that are still available are open to the general public. People can buy them on the website, goaztecs.com. They can go to Qualcomm Stadium and buy them in person. They can go to Viejas Arena and buy them in person. And some anonymous donors spent over $12,000 to make sure that all the students would have their tickets for free. Would you like to address the fan base, the city of San Diego on the airwaves right now, about making sure that we have the real Viejas Arena even in the NIT tournament tomorrow night?
Scott, VR, and Linda, we're immensely proud of our fan base. And they're proud of their team. And they've helped us win. They've been invaluable into the success we've had in growing our program. We need you now more than ever. Mike May, who has exact stats on everything, said that in the last time we played the NIT, it was 2009 with Lorenzo Wade, Kyle Spain, and DJ Gay was a sophomore, and we had, I think, 4,500, 5,000 at the opener, and then we played the second game in the Jenny Craig because the facility wasn't available, and we packed the Jenny Craig. We beat Kansas State in a great game. And then we played St. Mary's with Patty Mills, now playing for the San Antonio Spurs. And it was jam-packed and electric, and that got us to New York for the Final Four. We really need the fans, and I would hope that some fans that have said, well, I'm bummed, but I haven't had a chance to get a ticket, could not only get a ticket, but maybe get a good ticket for the game tomorrow and come out and experience something that would be really, really great for them and for us. So I'm imploring that we get a lot of people that say, let's go out and support them. They're our team, and let's fill that place up. So I will wait and see what happens. Most of the NIT games, and really, to be honest with you, a lot of the first-round NCAA games are half-filled.
That's right. I mean, you go to these NCAA regionals, and they're not filled up at all. They look like college bowl games where there's nobody there. But this is a home game, and the show will be there, and the band will be there, and the pageantry of the pregame. And let's get out there and support this team. And you know, Coach DJ Gay was on earlier, and he said for all the times that we played in NCAA tournament games, nothing was more fun than going to New York in the NIT. And I don't know if, you know, DJ's in the ear of some of the current players or if you have these guys come back in and talk about it, but he was talking about earlier this afternoon how much fun that experience was. So hopefully these guys want that.
Yeah, they do. They want it. And we've talked about it. It was absolutely terrific. And Richie Williams, I forgot to mention Richie. He was the ringleader of that crew. And I remember taking a picture right in the middle of Times Square with Lorenzo and Richie and Kyle. And it was a wonderful experience for us.
Let's see if we can get these guys all the way to New York and show the selection committee that they got this thing all wrong. Coach, we'll see you tomorrow night. Really appreciate the time.
Sounds good. Thank you for having me on.
You got it, Coach. Thank you. Coach Steve Fisher.